We interrupt this scheduled program for a quick update of our review of Mortal Kombat 11. Now, with more of this, here's Jonathan.
Hi, she's gonna do something messed up behind me right now. But anyway, and there she goes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just upset that Jade is actually with Kotal Khan. I don't know why. I just don't like it. It's not fair. It's not fair.
You had no chance in hell.
She's my waifu.
Well, not in that. Because Kotal banging that bitch.
Don't worry, I'll switch the timeline. But anyway, oh no, we just need to add a couple of other things we forgot to mention in the review. This is a part 2 of Mortal Kombat review.
Part 2.
So basically, we will start off with a couple of endings of the Mortal Kombat, and then we will talk about how you call it, the costume that they want the girls to be, sexier. Which is, again, I'm not really too mad about it, but I know how some fans are mad about it. And then some of the characters doing, political reference, especially with Shao Kahn, who's behind us, that says we will make Outworld great again. Obviously, we know where he got that from
A certain dick-ass president.
Basically, pretty much. We don't like him at all, but I can see why they made that reference with Shao Kahn, because he wished he could be as cool as Shao Kahn. But anyway.
I haven't touched you.
Yeah, she did. She assaulted me. You saw that. But anyway. So let's start off first with Shao Kahn. And the reference saying we will make Outworld great again. How do you feel about them comparing Shao Kahn to the President of the United States?
Well, I mean, obviously with Shao Kahn, he is one of the most hated villain characters here on Mortal Kombat. However, I guess with WB, they're trying to push the envelope a little bit when it comes to the political views, which is only on that part, but the rest of Mortal Kombat is not really
too happy about it.
Right, so
there are just certain nitpicks
it's just certain here and there about political views, but other than that, it's Shao Kahn, and he can suck dick, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe they probably do an update and get rid of that saying, but I'm just saying maybe. Okay, what about you?
I think for me, it's an insult to to compare Shao Kahn to the president. To be honest,
that's why they want you to pre-order so badly.
Yeah, just so you can hear him say that one catchphrase. Which again, I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me, even though I might not like the presidents that we have. I mean, I can see why they did it. It's freedom of speech. You can't take away freedom of speech. And plus, it's comedy. It's comedy relief. If you guys take it that serious, and then again, you guys need help for that. So, yeah. All right. Another thing, we will leave the skin talk for the last topic. We will talk about Jack Brick's ending. He rewind time to make sure slavery did not exist and everyone basically live a Wakanda lifestyle, which I actually found it pretty amazing that he didn't think about himself and his happiness. He thought about his people and everybody else.
For once, he didn't think about his happiness because at first we all know during that dumbass gameplay talking about, oh, I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this for us, I'm doing it for our future grandbaby. Nigga, please, okay? I'm sorry. First off, let's face it. You're not gonna watch those damn kids, okay? They're gonna act like fucking baby kids and all that shit, alright? That ain't gonna happen. They're gonna destroy that house way worse than what you have it right now, alright? Now you wanna change no slavery when you have the fucking amulet or whatever the case may be.
The timeline.
Whatever, alright?
But what do you feel about that? Him changing the timeline to make sure there's no slavery, and also there is basically living a Wakanda life. Everyone's living better.
Okay, you change the slavery for, the black people, but in a way, there's still gonna be slavery, but we're a different race. We don't know what, but that's what you end one slavery, but yet you created another one. There's always a pro and a con, in my opinion. That's why I'm not really.
Well, I didn't actually thought about that now that you mentioned it. I actually thought that he made it like a utopia lifestyle, like example that what I think that they never collected the slave because he prevented it. So maybe they stood in their own place, you know, I guess in Africa or wherever. They made their own, you know, paradise where no more slavery and none of that. And maybe they went to go on doing something else. I thought they went to do that, but you actually brought a good point. Maybe it wasn't like that. Maybe it was something else, and that's why some people take very offend to it, I guess.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, you want to create this fantasy of, excuse me, all these all black people in this great land, like you say, a Wakanda-ish land, which is great and all, but there's still trouble outside the world. Okay, and I'm sorry, I'm very realistic. If something good is on one side, something bad is on the other. So that's what I'm saying when it comes to Jax, even though he's a bitch ass nigga. But let's continue on, okay? Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna take this part. Right. Sex appeal. Oh yeah. From his boot thing that he will never get by the name of Jade. She don't want you. Never have, never will. Okay? Okay. So in this game, Mortal Kombat, in the previous, I should say, you see a lot of, you know, skins and cleavage and, you know, tight clothes and a lot of badonkadonk booties. This time around is very covered, which somebody over here is upset.
I'm not upset about it. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm just taking the concerns of what the fans are saying.
Basically, they're not jerking off to it. So let's continue.
Well, the thing is, I find it in the standpoint of view of double standards, and I'll tell you why. Because even though you haven't noticed it, but I guess you will notice it with the cussing, have you realized that most of the guys here, their shirts are off? Kano, Liu Kang, and other characters, their shirts are revealing. Or you can even get the skins that the shirts are revealing, but when it comes to the females, it's not as revealing as much.
I guess, you know, probably they got tired of doing that, you know. Maybe you'll have a couple of parents out there like, oh, this is too vulgar. Like, my kids should not be seeing this, you know. All that stuff. But yet they're buying the game for them.
Exactly. Even if that was the point, it's still a rated M game. You're seeing people getting heads torn off, their bodies and flying everywhere. So they say if a skin won't bother them showing. Again, this doesn't bother me in particular because I don't want to watch a 50-year-old showing saggy boobs or wrinkled skin, you know, wrinkled skin. I mean, I don't think anyone will want to see that. And plus, you have to be a little bit more realistic with the skins. Example, Jackie looks great. Cassie James look great. It's not revealing, but it's realistic because in the army, they're not going to send you with skimpy clothes. No, they're going to send you with fucking gears, guns, grenades. They're not going to send you with bras and bikini, like, go fight the war. Nah, you'll get shot anywhere. You get a mosquito bite, you pass out. Like, shit. It's true. It's like, you have to be geared up. I understand in the previous Mortal Kombat 9, there was skin shown, and people are still debating and fighting about it, which I find it amazing and weird that people will fight about it.
That's stupid.
Because they say, there was this one guy who I watched, his name is, I forgot his name, I think his name is Score, on his YouTube channel, saying that sex appeal what made the game great, and it's understandable if they didn't do much sex appeal with Injustice because they are DC characters. You can't really show them too much, even though Catwoman basically is a slut. So I mean, they could do something with that character, but not with everybody else. Right. But where I come from is that he got, this is one of the topic why I want to bring it up to you, is because he mentioned about the WWE. He says if sex appeal is such a problem, how come, since it is a rated M game, and then over there when you go buy your kids' tickets to go see all these other wrestlers that are dressed with bras and underwear, they TVPG. Exactly. So why they don't censor that? Why they don't tell them all close up? Or even in the UFC, why you tell them all cover up? You know, that's where he's coming from, which his point of view does kind of make sense, but not 100%. But I'll let you answer this.
As a fan of both UFC and WWE, I should say. The reason why I would say with the UFC, reason why they're not going to somewhat tell them put more clothes on is because that's the uniform. Okay, that's what the girls have to wear. To fight. Okay, and it's not like, oh, they wear this and you're trying to increase sex appeal. let's face it, majority of the fighters over there are ugly as fuck. Okay, I will say that. With the exception of few, majority are ugly. All right, what sex appeal they're gonna bring? The only sex appeal somewhere is the ring girls, and you see them not only in UFC, also in boxing. So don't say shit with that. WWE. Okay. If it's not too vulgar or tasteless through Mr. McMahon, Vince McMahon, then it's okay. However, that motherfucker is getting old. And he needs to die already. Shit. Because
God damn, that's mean.
Have you seen? See, you haven't seen the storylines lately on WWE.
You gotta keep me up on that.
I have. I mean, I'm sorry, I haven't done wrestling review in quite some time, but we're here when it comes to Vince McMahon. All right. Before it was actually more. It was less clothing previous. You know, I'm not saying during the 80s, it was like basically similar to what UFC. No, 80s what UFC girls are wearing now. 90s is like the mix of 80s and Playboy.
Okay.
2000, Playboy-ish, but still trying to cover. And then now it's mostly cover. The only time it's revealed if you have a rookie grab the pants the wrong way and you pull it and you see, you know, the booty and stuff. Or if they landed the wrong way, you know, unfortunately, if it's not tight enough, yeah, the boob might pop a little bit. Gotcha. But the majority are, you know, within reasons of uniform code and not being too revealing. Okay? So that I will say.
All right, so
when it comes to sex.
All right, so what do you think? Should they do an update to make these characters have at least, you know, a little bit of the old skins from like they had in Mortal Kombat? Yes or no?
I will say this: since it's not that many women characters, for what I've seen in Mortal Kombat, no. I'll say no. I mean,
how come it has to be more? What, it has to be more women or less women?
I'll say more. Like, you know, if you want to see more, give us more women characters, I feel. Because all you're going to see is a lot of guys and their chest and their bushy, you know, skin or whatever case may be. But when it comes to girls, who do you have so far? Just Sonya, Cassie, Jackie, maybe Sindel, not Shiva, not Katana. I mean, yeah, Katana too. Not Melina. Jade, not Tanya. Where that?
Oh yeah, Frost I can't count them.
Frost not playable.
No, she's playable.
She ain't gonna be slutty.
Well, no, I mean Frost is playable, but she's a robot. I mean, so it doesn't really count for her to be wearing that.
I rest my case.
Alrighty, well, again, we're gonna continue leaving for me the score NA for her and the score more Kombat until.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, but for me, it's still gonna continue the 6 out of 10 average game. It still needs a lot of work on it. It still needs tag team, more characters in the story mode, and take away all that Microsoft transaction bullshit.
And I'm not yawning because I'm bored. I'm just yawning because I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. So please don't mind me.
Exactly. I call him. So if they fix all those things that we mentioned, all those issues. If I'll give you an example, if Smash Brother can give skins for 75 cents, 75 cents. And watch, this is what Smash Bros. Does right, what Mortal Kombat doesn't. A skin for Smash Bros. 75 cents each. A character, you get a stage, and you get their music for $5. Now you only get a character for what, $5 too? More, higher? But yet Smash is doing it right than Mortal Kombat 11.
Basically, they're trying to do more combos, I would say, with Smash. If MK do something similar to it, or the same.
Exactly. People will buy your DLC if it's in a reasonable price and if it's worth buying. For me, skin doesn't mean shit to me. As long as I'm good at the game by fighting, that's all that matters. If the skin doesn't give me extra powers or extra ability to do other things, then no, it's fucking useless to me. It has no purpose in the gaming industry, to be honest. But anyway, that's our review, part 2 of the review. We have nothing else to cover. We said everything that we had to say.
Are you sure?
Exactly. Yes, I'm 100% sure. I will keep you guys updated if there are any updates of Mortal Kombat to maybe if there's any other thing we might miss or anything, we will keep you updated.
I was sleeping.
Yeah, she's sleeping. She's knocked out. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Have a good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe to JQ's World.
And share, And you also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
And if you'd like to see more wrestling reviews with Lanteria, please leave a comment below. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Sayonara.